So today we are going to paint our pinch pot, and we are going to be using tempera cakes for this, and then of course buttons and beads and wire for the handle. So the nice thing about the tempera cakes is, one, it dries super fast, so you'll be able to take it home today, and two, you can really choose how thick or how dark you want the color. So the more you rub the brush into the color, the darker it's going to appear. And the more water you have, then it's going to be more watercolor-like. Okay, so that's the great thing about this. Also, you're going to notice like the white and the yellow tend to be the most dingy, and they pick up colors a lot quicker than the others. So if you're cleaning it out, you just kind of add water to your brush and just kind of rub it in an area kind of over the color, so you'll have a clean surface or clean area to work with. And the same thing with the yellow. Just kind of rub it in a just area. You don't have to clean the whole thing, just a little area that you need the color. Okay, so I'm going to start painting. Obviously I need water on my brush. Oops, I'll get more water. Water my brush. The more I rub it, the darker the color will appear. And what I love about this too is it gets in those creases. So all those textures you had, they're gonna really, really show up. Then I could take, let's see, a little bit of blue, more of a turquoise. I'm gonna use green and blue. Overlap that. Put a little green on top of it. It's just fun to let the colors kind of bleed. It almost gives it the watercolor look that I am desiring for this project. So I'm just kind of using the same colors. You really kind of have to think about what colors you're using, because if you use colors that are next to each other, you're going to be fine. But if you start using colors all over, like for example red and green, when they mix, you're going to get a brown, which brown is not bad, but if you're not wanting brown, then I would avoid. Okay, so I'm going to paint the outside first. You can paint it the inside first if you prefer. And I'm also going to paint the bottom here. And it will darken up where you have your name. And then now I'm going to start on the inside. Ooh, I went on the bottom here, so there was obviously some black. So I'm going to be a little more careful this time and pick up color from the side and not the bottom. Now if it's really bothering you, you can take a paper towel and you can kind of wipe up the bottom if you want. So I'm mixing that to get more of a turquoisey color. Lip of my pot, pick up some violet. I just love the way it looks. It's so pretty. So one thing is, if you don't finish this today, which most of you should finish it, but if you don't, we can finish up next week. Okay, so I about have the whole thing painted. So I've got my front, bottom, sides, everything painted. And I can add more if I want to. But let's say I'm done with that. I'm going to clean out my brush, put it in the sink, and then I'm going to select my wire. So you're going to have wire just like this. And I'm going to take one side. Oops. Uh-oh, maybe that's going to be too small. Well, I have a tool that I can fix that. So if that happens to you, don't worry. I've got a special tool for that. But you're just going to take it through. It's like threading a needle. And then since this is the end, I'm going to kind of hook it through here. And then I'm going to take this end here, the short side, and then I'm going to wrap it around. Okay, so that it doesn't fall off. Okay, so that's on there really good. Then I can start taking my buttons or whatever else you may have, and you can go through there and just let it dangle if you want it to be a little more controlled. You go through at least 2 sections, so it's not going to move around. And I can pick up another bead. And I can go to another bead. And I'd say, I mean, you can have as few as 1 bead, and then I would go possibly as many as, let's say 5 to 7 max. I would not go more than 7 for sure. See, I'm actually going to move that one, and your button, like when you go through it twice, you just have to kind of push it like that and then pull it. There we go. And I've got, let's do one more. Okay, so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good amount. Then I take this end, go through here, but remember I have to fix that a little bit, and then you'll have your little handle, which is perfect. And then when you're finished with that, you're going to get a second white paper, and I'll have it all torn for you and ready for you, and then write your name in the middle of it. So I like crayon the best, but colored pencils works too. And you'll just set your project right on top of that, and then I'm going to double wrap it so you can take it home. So hope you enjoy.